Welcome back, everyone, to the smartest year ever, our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. My name is Gordy, and it's Animal Week, so I was just wondering, did you know that there were pygmy mammoths off the coast of California no bigger than a horse? Give me 5 minutes. I bet you can work this into a conversation today. Also, like and subscribe if you haven't so you can keep up. I do this every single day. Think of evolution as a lab experiment where the islands kind of serve as petri dishes. Cut off from the mainland, species end up taking wild turns. Biologists call it island syndrome, or the island rule, or sometimes the Foster rule. It's where small animals evolve into giants and giant animals evolve into dwarfs. The dodo was essentially a supersized pigeon, too bulky to fly and too naive to survive sailors whomping them with clubs. Truly a naive-looking bird. On the flip side, Mediterranean islands once hosted hippos the size of ponies and elephants that barely reached your shoulder. Off the coast of Southern California, the Channel Islands produced pygmy mammoths, a bit of an oxymoron. Pygmy mammoths, like an inverted version of jumbo shrimp. These pygmy mammoths were descendants of the giant Columbian mammoth that shrank down over generations to about 6 feet tall at the shoulder, roughly the size of a large horse. This phenomenon is known as insular dwarfism. On the other hand, islands and insular gigantism have also given us giants in other categories. Thinking of Komodo dragons, Galápagos tortoises, and rodents that balloon into cat-sized versions of themselves. So why does this happen? Well, it's evolutionary pressure on islands kind of flips the rules. Big animals often shrink because resources are scarce. A full-sized hippo would quickly chow through the island's limited vegetation, so over generations, natural selection favored smaller, thriftier versions, hippo light. Go check out my May 10th episode about how they measured the speed of light before technology, thanks to a guy named Hippolyte Fizeau. What a reference right there. Meanwhile, on islands, small animals tend to grow larger because the main thing keeping them small, predators, are often missing. Like a mini mouse can safely become a giant mouse, a Mickey Mouse, if you will, without worrying about being swallowed by a snake or fox that never made the sea crossing. There's also energy efficiency. On islands where everything is limited, extremes get ironed out. Enormous animals are unsustainable. Tiny ones can't always compete. Over time, many species converge on a kind of middle ground, whether by shrinking or bulking up. The idea was first formalized in 1964 by British biologist J. Bristol Foster. Not a surprise he's British, that is a very British name. And he compared the sizes of island mammals with their mainland relatives. His pattern, big get small, small get big, wasn't universal but strong enough that later studies built an entire framework around it. The concept has since been expanded beyond mammals, reptiles, birds, even some invertebrates show island syndrome. And there are certainly exceptions, but as a rule of thumb, it explains a lot of the weirdness that makes island fauna so memorable. It also explains why island ecosystems are so fragile. The same conditions that allow oddities like giant pigeons or mini mammoths make those species highly specialized and thus highly vulnerable. Humans showing up usually spells disaster. The dodo disappeared within a century of contact. The dwarf hippos and pygmy elephants of the Mediterranean were wiped out long before written history, and today invasive species and habitat destruction continue to pressure island species that evolved with no defenses against cats, rats, or people. Forgot to breathe there. So there you have it. Islands are nature's funhouse mirrors where pigeons can turn into turkeys, elephants into ponies, and evolution runs size experiments just to see what sticks. Go check out my sources, which can be found in the YouTube description. As always, please leave a comment, rate, like, subscribe. Have you visited the Channel Islands? Have you ridden a tiny mammoth? Are you thousands of years old? Hundreds of thousands of years old? Let me know in the comments. Go check out the short version I do of all of these. All social media platforms, you can find me at Smartest Year Ever for that little condensed version. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it, right? And in the meantime, stay curious and stay clever on our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalists. It is Food Week? No, it is not Food Week. It is Animal Week. And the smartest year ever.